This is the internship orientation video for SPMG 4686 for the summer 2014 term. Information contained in this video will review requirements and criteria for successfully completing the internship experience. Each student will be assigned an instructor. It is not the responsibility of the instructor to hover or to micromanage the internship experience, rather to provide additional professional development support to you as you participate in your internship with your assigned agency. The internship instructors will be responsible for collecting and reviewing all assessments and assignments that are due, as well as issuing you a letter grade at the end of the experience so that you may earn academic credit. If you are in sections 1 and 2, your instructor is Dr. Henderson. If you're in section 3, your instructor is Dr. Hydorn, and for section 4 is Dr. Mosier. Our email addresses are included here as well as located in your syllabus. We also use the same departmental fax number, so if you're faxing in forms or information, it will be routed to the appropriate instructor. It's important that you're aware of the course expectations. This is a 12-credit course, which means that you will receive a letter grade at the end of the experience. Your grade will be based on your performance at your internship site as reported by your internship supervisor, as well as the assignments that are initiated by your instructor and the timely submission of all required forms. Things such as not completing the required hours, unfavorable evaluations, and not completing assignments or turning in paperwork by the deadline constitute unsatisfactory completion of the course and will result in delayed graduation. It is important that you keep up with all of the deadlines as articulated in the syllabus and inform your instructor should you have any problems meeting any of the published deadlines. Here is a checklist of everything that needs to be done before you begin your internship. First, you need to submit an internship approval form, which means that the instructor has approved the site and the duties as meeting the criteria for the sport management internship program. Secondly is the agency acceptance form, which means that the agency has offered you an internship and you're accepting that internship. This also articulates your start and end date and any pay arrangements that may be made. Once you have signed and submitted this form, you can no longer accept an internship or continue to interview for other opportunities. This form commits you to the internship site. Next, you may want to contact your internship instructor and discuss any special circumstances, situations, or nuances involving your internship, should there be any. Right now, you're viewing the orientation video, so you can go ahead and check that off at the end of the video as completed. And you should review the SPMG 4686 internship manual, which is listed on CourseDen. That manual contains all of the requirements for successfully completing the internship. Just make sure that you're up to speed on what your internship experience should entail and what you're responsible for. Also available on CourseDen is the syllabus. That syllabus has more details concerning the deadlines for when your assessments, your assignments, and any paperwork is due to your internship instructor. Once you've read the syllabus, reviewed the manual, and viewed the video, you must sign the syllabus statement form and submit it to your instructor, signifying that you understand the rules and requirements for the internship experience and that you have reviewed those documents. And then after that, just go to work. That first week of your internship, you really should schedule a meeting with your supervisor to discuss internship objectives. This is important for the internship supervisor to explain any requirements outside of the written job description that they are expecting you to perform. This is also an opportunity for you to discuss with the internship supervisor anything that you would like to learn or any additional experiences you would like to include in your internship. It's like a meeting of the minds for the two of you to determine what the internship experience will be like. It's also a good time for you to discuss any off days needed. If there's a wedding coming up or something that you foresee, it's a good time to put those requests in now as opposed to waiting until they come up later in the summer. Also, it's important for you to discuss what the vacation schedule will be like on holidays. For example, is your agency still operating on Memorial Day weekend or the 4th of July? You need to know whether or not you are expected to work on any federal holidays and that you make arrangements in advance if you had not planned on working. These objectives, once you have come to a meeting of the minds, should be written on the internship objectives form and submitted to your instructor by June 9th. Each week, you will be responsible for writing a weekly summary of your internship experience. These are due on CourseDen in the Dropbox every Monday before midnight. This is the way that you will stay in contact with your internship instructor. It's important that your instructor knows week to week what you've been doing, how you've been developing, and what you're accomplishing. It's also a way for you to alert your internship instructor of any problems you may be experiencing, or if you want help, suggestions, or support with an issue in your workplace. Putting them in your journal entry is a good way to alert your instructor to anything that you may need assistance with so that they can intervene and support you however they can. You will submit 2 performance evaluations at the midterm and at the end of the internship experience. Your instructor will assess and provide you with feedback on your professional development and your performance of your internship duties. The midterm is due on June 30th. The final evaluation is due on July 26th. You will send these evaluations via email, fax, or postal mail to your instructor, and it must be signed by you and the supervisor. Should you disagree with your supervisor's evaluation of your performance, you do have the opportunity to attach a written response to the evaluation indicating your concern, and your instructor may or may not take your response into consideration when issuing your grade. Each student is required to complete 400 hours on their internship, and these hours must be tabulated on a timesheet. The timesheet can either be supplied by the agency. If you're required to fill out one for them, you can just submit the timesheet that you would normally fill out for work. Or if the agency does not supply you with a timesheet, there are timesheet templates available on CourseDen for you to keep track of your hours. Hours start counting on April 27th. You may submit them in 2 groups. You don't necessarily have to send them weekly. You may send them weekly if you feel more comfortable doing that. But by midterm, we should have the internship hours that you performed from April 27th through June 30th submitted at the midterm date. The final timesheet, which should articulate all of your hours, is due on July 26th. Again, you must have a total of 400 hours in order to successfully complete the internship. At the end of the experience, you will write a 2 to 3 page paper summarizing your internship experience. Some of the things we want to know was what was your experience and what did you do? How do you rate your site and supervisor? And would you recommend this as a great place to intern for future students? And what's next for you as a result of this experience? Did you enjoy the experience and want to continue in the field? Did they offer you the opportunity to stay on as a staff member? Or did you decide to change your career based on the experience that you had? You will also need to update your resume to reflect the internship experience that you have completed on your new resume and attach the resume to your reflection paper. There will be one class meeting at the end of the experience on Monday, July 21st. At this time, you will meet again with your fellow students, discuss your internship experience, and do a final 2 to 3 minute presentation on your experience and participate in a discussion. If your internship is more than 30 miles from campus or you are unable to get off work, you can request to do a conference call with your instructor and meet with them one-on-one at another time. However, regardless if you participate in the class meeting or the individual meeting, it is important that you debrief your internship with your instructor to complete the course. Finally, you will be asked to write a thank you letter to your agency supervisor for the experience and for providing you the opportunity. You should first submit a draft of your thank you letter on CourseDen to receive feedback from your instructor. Based on the feedback you receive, you would then submit the thank you letter to your agency supervisor. It's important that you do this and do not omit this step because we are really grateful for those agencies that decide to take West Georgia internship. Furthermore, it's the proper thing to do considering that internship experiences are often for the benefit of the student more than they are for the benefit of the organization. Your internship instructors are here to support you should any issues arise. Don't hesitate to ask for support, and more importantly, don't wait until a situation gets out of control or may prohibit you from successfully completing your internship before you notify your instructor. We wish you well, and we know you will do your best. Good luck with your internship experience this summer, and we'll see you walking across the stage in July at graduation.